Hi, my name is Wes from Silence and Machine.
What was your first contact with industrial music?
My first contact with industrial music, I grew up listening to like Nine Inch Nails and KMFDM and all that, Gary Newman. But I guess I first heard KMFDM on an anime in the early 90s. I've pretty much gotten really big into the industrial scene since then.
Which band would you directly sign at Audiosic Records?
Audiosic Records is just a self-produced label I made for my own music, for all my multiple small projects, and it's honestly just open to help promote any type of music, band, anybody that really wants it. It's not really an official label. I'd be open to signing an actual label, but it helps with all the tiny projects I work on.
Choose one of the two options. 9 Inch Nails or Skinny Puppy?
Nine Inch Nails or Skinny Puppy? I mean, both have been a big influence, and I love Skinny Puppy. I love Ogre, and I've seen them multiple times. But, I mean, growing up, Nine Inch Nails was probably a bigger influence, and the name Silence and Machine actually comes from a Nine Inch Nails song. So I guess I'd have to choose Nine Inch Nails.
Marilyn or Manson?
Marilyn or Manson? Well, I guess I'd have to choose Charles Manson on that one. Way more interesting.
DAW or Synthesizer?
A synthesizer, I mean, you can't really play a show without some good sense, but I would have to choose my operating system all the way, because it's what started me. I use FL20, and it's great for recording everything I need. So, I guess I'd have to go with that.
LP or EP?
LPs or EPs, I mean, I love them both. I mean, my music, it varies. Some songs are, 10 minutes long, some are 2. So, I mean, it really just depends. If the music's good, why not make it longer?
Silence or Machine?
Which part is my favorite? Silence or the machine part in my name? Silence and Machine? I guess I would have to pick the machine, but I mean, the name itself is meant to be like, not make sense, because machines aren't silent, so I mean, it contradicts itself a little, but probably the machine part.
Answer with yes or no. The Simpsons.
The Simpsons, yes. I mean, I've been watching The Simpsons since they came out in the 90s, and I've been watching it since I was a child and on through my adult years, and to this day still. Probably one of my favorite cartoons.
Books.
Books, I hate to say it, but I usually only read if I need to, or for knowledge, or just if I have to read something.
Gaming.
Gaming, I've been a gamer since before Nintendo ever came out. I used to go to the arcades back in the 80s, and I still love playing games. It's a big passion.
Internet shopping?
I do a lot of internet shopping because there's really no stores in my town. It's a small town. You can't really find a whole lot of anything you're looking for, especially when it comes to music equipment or music in general or clothing, whatnot. So I do a lot of it online.
Country music?
Country music, that's a big pass for me. Not very big on the whole country scene. I mean, there might be a song or two out there I've liked over the years that was semi-country, but that's about as far as I take it. I live in the Bible Belt and I live in a hick town, and all you ever fucking hear is country music in every store you walk into. It's freaking insane.
The best album of 2020 so far?
Best album of 2020? That's hard to say because I've been working on my own, and there's so many new albums that have came out that I would love to finish listening to, that are some of my favorite bands, but I guess I would have to say the new Not My God album that Tim Skold put out. I've recently purchased it and I've probably listened to it about 30 times, so probably that.
The best music video of all time?
Best all-time music video, I'm gonna have to go with Aphex Twin, Come Today. It's very aesthetic and it's very well put together, and that was a hard one to choose because there's 1,000 videos that are just fucking awesome, but I don't know, it was kind of what got me into like the really dark electronic music and aesthetics of it.
The first machine you start in the morning?
First machine I start in the morning, well, my wife starts it, but probably the coffee machine, because I gotta have my coffee.
Your favorite text from Silence in Machine?
Favorite text from a Silence in Machine song is probably the song Puppet. It's one of my earlier songs off my second album, or first album if you don't include the demo, and it quotes, "They take away your voice as if you ever had a choice. They take away your silence and replace it all with violence." To me, that basically is referring to like being controlled, whether it's the government or anyone controlling your life and taking away what you have to say.
The best underground industrial act is?
Best underground industrial act? I'm really into underground industrial, and it's kind of what got me started. And I would have to say the best act, as far as shows I've been to, which I've been to thousands and thousands of shows, but probably Pigface, because the energy they give off, the show, the collaboration, the whole environment of it is always an honor to be there and see everybody play it.
2020 is going to be?
Well, 2020, it didn't start off so well for me. I lost a lot of very important things to me at the first of the year, and I've been going through a lot and trying to distract myself, and then the whole world went crazy right after. But hopefully things will get back to normal, and 2020 will be a better year for most things. Definitely, hopefully, for my music and some live performances coming.
In which era do you want to live?
I mean, I loved the 90s. The 90s was probably the best. I mean, if I could go back, that was probably the best era for me. Because, I mean, everybody was still discovering new shit, and everything wasn't so just chaotic, and it was a little more simple, even though there was chaos. So, I guess I would pick the 90s on that.
How would you call the music you make?
Describing my music, I mean, like I said before, I'm a big fan of the whole underground industrial scene, and it's kind of what made me want to make music. I mean, I've been making music somewhat or around music or seeing shows and such since far back as I can remember, but I mean, I make dark industrial music because I have an issue with depression and anxiety, and it originally started as a way to cope with a lot of the shit that I was feeling that I didn't want to talk about, basically. So, and a lot of my other songs are based like on true crime and just whatever I fucking feel like at the time, basically. But I mean, if I had to describe it, I would say it's underground industrial over anything.
Ever thought of a live show in Germany?
Would I ever play live in Germany? Sure. I'd have to play a first show before I could ever imagine even leaving the country, because I've never even loved the South at the moment, but I would love to tour, and I would love to play and share music throughout the country, and I would love to just visit Germany or Europe in general. Anywhere besides the United States would be nice. But yeah, that would be amazing.
You founded a new project, Dead Echoes. What can we expect there?
Dead Echoes, a hell of a lot I can say about it yet, but it was meant to be a noise project, and a live noise project, not so much releasing a lot of albums that aren't live, but it's also doing remixes of other songs and stuff, and I mean, it's gonna be very noisy, and it's gonna be pretty crazy, but I set up the project to have a way of playing live shows and starting off somewhere in that area, because I've recently can't keep members in Silence and Machine, so it's just me and my wife, but I write all the music and stuff. But Dead Echoes is gonna get going once this whole virus shit is under control, and there'll be more to come from that for sure.
What's the most complicated thing about being a musician?
I don't know, the most complicated or hardest part about being an artist, not just the whole term artist in general, is not having access or means to distribute your music or art to people without trying to make a profit. I don't really care about the money. It's just I need some to keep going sometimes to produce more. But that's probably the hardest part, is the financial aspect of it, because I love being an artist, and most people that are artists do it because they love it. But it is a starving artist's type situation on most people, and it is very hard nowadays to make any money off of music or art in general. And maybe one day I can just give it all away, because that's what I'd like to do. But it's hard to connect and get fans, and it's just difficult to keep up with the whole thing. But as far as making the music and stuff itself, it's not that difficult. It kind of just comes naturally.
Last words.
Well, I'd like to very much thank MissSuicide for giving me the opportunity to take the time to edit my crappy video and interview me, and I hope that I gave pretty accurate answers to how I feel about it. But I've never done this before, and I've never talked on camera, and it's kind of difficult for me. So I would like to thank everyone that has watched it for their patience with me, and stay safe out there.